We all know sugar isn't good for us, but how bad is it? If you decided to quit sugar for 2 weeks, what would happen to your body? We're going to explore that next. First, let's talk about cravings. Remember those intense sugar cravings you get? They would hit you mid-morning or in the afternoon, and you'd find yourself reaching for the nearest donut or candy bar. Well, in just 2 weeks, those cravings would start to disappear. You might not believe me, but it's true. It happens because every time you eat sugar, your blood sugar goes up and then crashes when insulin pulls glucose out of your bloodstream. This sudden drop, known as mild hypoglycemia, tricks your brain into thinking you need more sugar right away. It's a vicious cycle that has you craving and eating more sugar. But once you stop eating sugar, your blood sugar levels become more stable and those pesky cravings begin to vanish. Many people are amazed by how quickly this happens. Within just a few days, they notice that their constant sweet tooth isn't as powerful as before. Next, hunger. Not only would your sugar cravings disappear, but you'd probably feel less hungry overall. That's because sugar keeps you trapped in a state of unstable energy, fast highs and equally fast lows. This roller coaster ride messes with your body's internal clock, making you think you need snacks every few hours. But when you remove sugar, your cells can tap into stored energy more efficiently. Plus, long-term sugar consumption often leads to insulin resistance. Think of it like your cell's security guards becoming lazy. They don't want to do their job of letting glucose or nutrients into the cell. This makes your cells less sensitive to insulin's signal. As a result, you'll feel hungrier and end up with nutrient-poor blood. But when you give up sugar, you start to undo insulin resistance, telling those security guards to get back to work. Your cells can absorb both fuel and nutrients properly, keeping you satisfied and less hungry. Now, let's talk about fatigue. Imagine feeling constantly fatigued, especially after meals, because you know that feeling after a sugary breakfast or lunch, when your eyelids get droopy and you can barely make it through the afternoon? Well, that's all because of sugar. When you eat sugar, there's a spike in glucose followed by a crash. This sudden dip makes your brain feel sluggish and sleepy, leaving you drained. But once you eliminate sugar, your energy becomes more stable. The brain stays alert instead of going into nap mode. So say goodbye to that post-meal slump and hello to sustained energy throughout the day. And then we have the surprising part, rapid loss of water and fat. You see, when you stop eating sugar, your body releases excess fluid that sugar was hanging on to. This isn't just water weight, it's also fat loss, especially around your waistline. And it happens surprisingly quickly. In the first week, many people lose several pounds of water weight. This is because stored carbs in the body, glycogen, attract and hold water. When glycogen levels drop, the water goes too. Plus, removing sugar helps with fat loss. In 2 weeks, you might be able to lose up to 13 pounds of water. But the benefits don't stop there. Reducing belly fat lowers the risk of fatty liver disease. How about your mood? Have you ever noticed that you get irritable or anxious when you can't have something sweet? Well, it's not just a craving. Sugar temporarily boosts dopamine, a brain chemical that makes you feel good. But frequent sugar highs lead to unstable dopamine levels. Over time, this causes mood swings, irritability, and even more stress. But without sugar, your mood stabilizes and you feel calmer, more patient and pleasant. At the same time, mental focus sharpens. No more foggy brain or restless mind. Research shows that high sugar intake is linked to attention issues and memory problems. So by cutting back on sugar, you'll have a sharper mind and better concentration. And let's not forget about your skin. Acne, oily skin, and inflammation are all tied to sugar intake. Here's how it works. High sugar levels increase insulin, which raises androgen levels in women. This can trigger acne breakouts. In men, too much sugar can lower testosterone, leading to other hormone-related skin issues. But without sugar, your hormones are back in balance, giving you clearer skin and a healthier complexion. What about joint stiffness and inflammation? Sugar plays a role in that too. Too much sugar means more inflammation in your body. This can lead to aches, pains, and stiffness in your joints. But when you kick sugar, inflammation goes down. You'll move more easily and feel great doing it. Now, let's talk about your heart and brain health. Cutting sugar reduces inflammation in your arteries, lowering the risk of plaque buildup, clots, strokes, and heart attacks. Isn't that amazing? It's also great for your brain. Your brain starts growing new nerve cells, protected and fueled by ketones. This shift helps not only because it gives your mind a cleaner energy source, but also because emerging research suggests that a higher fat, lower carbohydrate metabolism may help defend against neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Finally, your liver and kidneys will thank you. Eating too much sugar, especially fructose, adds fat to your liver, causing a fatty liver. This condition is linked to obesity and metabolic syndrome. But guess what? In just 2 weeks, your liver begins healing. It uses stored fat as fuel, slowly getting rid of excess fat deposits. Isn't that incredible? Cutting sugar also benefits your kidneys. For people with diabetes, high blood sugar damages tiny blood vessels in the kidneys, leading to serious issues. Even if you don't have diabetes, too much sugar stresses your kidneys. Eliminating it lets them function better, filter your blood more efficiently, and keep your body's fluid balance in check. That last part might explain why so much excess water weight disappears when you cut out sugar. In the grand scheme of things, the first 2 weeks are just the beginning. What starts as an experiment might turn into a lasting change. While the first 3 days can be tough, the benefits that follow make it all worthwhile. So are you ready to embark on your own sugar-free journey? Drop a comment below to let me know your experiences. And remember, every small step counts.